Hey guys, so today we're going to go into Getting Geography Series Episode 2. I'm going to focus on temperature and humidity. As you know, there are many elements of weather, and I realized that temperature and humidity are very closely related, so I'm going to just address both of them and their relationships with each other in this episode. Catch my other episodes where I talk about clouds, rainfall, and other elements of weather. So let's jump straight into it. So the first element of weather is temperature. Temperature is the degree of hotness or coldness of a place, and it can be measured by the sixth thermometer, where it measures the maximum and minimum temperature of the day. Now let's go on to humidity. Humidity is much more complex. For humidity, it's essentially the amount of water vapor in the atmosphere. So if it's 100% humidity, you can say the air is saturated. And dew point temperature is the temperature at which the air reaches saturation, which is 100% humidity. Anything else? Use the word unsaturated. Now let me introduce to you a very new term called relative humidity. What is relative humidity? It is the ratio between actual amount of water vapor present in atmosphere and maximum amount of water vapor the air can hold at that temperature. So essentially, it's a ratio. What's the difference between this and humidity in general? Humidity is not a ratio, relative humidity is. Relative humidity is essentially humidity relative to the surrounding temperature as well. So how can you measure relative humidity? Use the Sling Psychrometer, or some people call it the whirling psychrometer, or you can use the hygrometer. The Sling Psychrometer is essentially you hold the thing and then you just keep swinging it. And for hygrometer, there are two bulbs. One is the dry bulb, one is the wet bulb. The dry bulb measures temperature while the wet bulb measures relative humidity. How does this work? How does the wet bulb measure relative humidity? Well, as water evaporates, the bulb cools, producing a temperature difference between the two thermometers, because the dry bulb measures temperature and the wet bulb measures the temperature after the water evaporates and the bulb cools. And after you use the hygrometer, you have to compare your readings using a calculation table that compares the wet bulb depression, which is essentially the temperature given by the dry bulb, to the difference in temperatures between the two thermometers to find your relative humidity. It sounds super cool, right? Now you must be wondering what is the relationship between temperature and relative humidity. Well, they are inversely related in the sense that when temperature increases, relative humidity decreases. So this is a very key word because it's called inversely related. Why is that so? It's because when temperature increases, air expands and its ability to hold water also increases. Therefore, with the same amount of moisture in the air, relative humidity has decreased because it's now less humid as there's the same number of water droplets in a bigger space. You must be wondering, why is it so humid in the tropics? That's because most humid cities are located nearer to the equator, especially for Singapore. Singapore is very humid because it's surrounded by water and it's very small land mass surrounded by large water bodies. In comparison, Australia has a low humidity. Although surrounded by water, it has a large land mass, so influence of water is lower than in Singapore. Alright, that's the end of this video. Thanks for watching. For comprehensive set of notes, head over to Carousel and PM me the discount code in bold there to enjoy a $5 discount. Till the next video, see you!